Selina Fuseni is a farmer in Ghana. It takes her 2 weeks to thresh every acre of her crop produce. And even at this rate, she still makes up to 40% losses, and she barely makes profits from this produce. My name is Theodore Henning-Boshe with SAYeTECH Company Limited. We've designed a multi-crop thresher to help solve Selina's problems, because we know that Selina is not the only farmer in Ghana that faces this problem. We know that traditionally they still thresh crops by beating with sticks. Our multi-crop thresher reduces the time it takes to thresh an acre of land from 2 weeks to 2 hours. My co-founder, Jeffrey, was a teacher. Several times we witnessed parents come to take their children from the classroom so that they can go work on the farms. He realized that it takes about 15 days to thresh 1 acre of land. He cannot allow the students lose precious school time doing farm work. So at SAYeTECH Company Limited, the solution we have to this problem is our multi-crop thresher.
It feels very exciting to be part of the winners, because you know that there's somebody out there who sees that what you are doing is very impactful, and I'm very glad and I'm excited about that.
The experience from the iShow helped us in a number of ways.
How are you going to fund this growth of your company?
There's a market in Canada, there's a market in Kenya. The seed grant that we got even from the iShow was what helped us to set up our facility. Currently, we are able to make 1 machine in 3 weeks. We are looking at stepping that up. Once we get a bigger facility, we should be able to produce more machines in less time. Other machines on the market cannot do the spectrum of crops that we do. We can do cereal, maize, soybean, rice, millet, sorghum, all on 1 machine. So depending on the crop that you are threshing, there are a few changes and a few settings that you may have to do, which is the speed of the engine and then the sieve that's inside. And you feed it through the hopper here. So inside here there's a threshing drum. Then that is wrapped against the sieve by the threshing drum within the machine. Then from one end we receive the seed, and then from another end the chaff comes out. Before we went for the iShow, we were looking just at designing for local fabricators. We didn't want to enter the same space with them. But after doing the iShow, we realized that no, the bulk of the money is in making the machine. We couldn't enter manufacturing and then take away the job of the local fabricators from them. And based on the recommendation of the iShow judges, was to partner with these local fabricators to produce machines that will help the smallholder farmers. The smallholder farmers were very dear to us. In Ghana, for instance, 80% of the food that we eat is from the smallholder farmers. We wanted to build stuff, and Jeffrey had a lot of knowledge in the agri area. I have knowledge in the mechanical engineering, so we just married the two, and we can come together and design machines that would help reduce the work that these children would otherwise have been doing on the farms, so that we are saving them the school time. The parents get the machines to do the work for them, and the students can have the time to stay in school and learn, so that they can have more promising futures.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Appiagyei from SAYeTECH, Ghana in West Africa. At SAYeTECH, we build smart, precise, small agricultural machinery that improve the productivity of smallholder farmers. Did you know over 200 million farmers in Africa manage their farms inefficiently with little or no use of machinery? That leads to underperformance, malnutrition, and hunger. So as I said earlier, what we do at SAYeTECH is to combine robust hardware with the latest IoT and mobile application that improve the efficiency of our machinery and deliver our machines to smallholder farmers. Thank you.
Hello, Jeffrey. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great today. It's all work, but it's fine.
I am. So for everyone that's listening, so I met Jeffrey in January when I was in Morocco, and I was part of an accelerator that was producing the most amazing. When I say it's just too easy to say startup because you're an established business, and so I want people to understand what you do. But first, who are you? Like, where did you come from? How did you get to this point where you own your own business now?
Well, thank you for the question, Jodi. So, yep, I'm a Ghanaian. I was born in Ghana, Africa. I grew up in Ghana, and I schooled mostly in Ghana, but maybe now I take a few online courses that are taught by universities elsewhere. But when I finished university, I did my national service in a rural community without electricity, and during that place, I used to teach crèche. And one time I went to crèche. I mean, I set up the crèche actually because there was no crèche. So funny enough, it was the school there started at grade 3. So I started up crèche. That meant that everybody from everybody from like 2 years to the time you get to grade 3, you were in my class. So there were quite a number of people. So I taught them most of the time. And one time I went to class and they were like, one or two children, two children in the classroom. I asked, what was the problem? They were like, oh, it's threshing time. All the children are up helping their parents. I'm like, how come? We have machinery. So I had trained as an agricultural engineer, and back in school in sophomore year, I was developing projects with local fabricators. So I said, we can design our own machinery and build our own machinery here. So that was it. From there, I made a phone call to not always my co-founder, and we decided to build SAYeTECH to develop smart agriculture, to first develop machines for African condition and use. And our main goal was
Wait. I'm gonna stop you. There was so much more that you just said that I just want to understand a little bit better. So
Yeah.
you were teaching, and then
Yeah.
so I want to understand, like, how did you transition from university to a teacher, and what was it that you saw that was the creator of the business? So how was that teaching, and why did you leave it? I mean, teaching is such a noble act to do. I mean, but yet you went to school to be an engineer. How did you even get to be an engineer and then a teacher if there's such a disconnect there, so I need to get a little bit more context.
Sure. I'll give you. So what happened is that we in Ghana we have a 1-year national service that you partake after school. So as an engineer, actually I was supposed to be in an engineering firm, doing my national service there. But I chose to be in a rural community without electricity to volunteer as a teacher because there were usually teachers don't go to such communities and the children have a need. So it was out of necessity I chose to volunteer my life to do that for a year. So I mean, I went up to the national service people and I'm like, yeah, I want to go to that community. They were like, you serious? You're from the city? And you want to go there? You serious? So basically, that was the reason I found my job as a teacher for a year. And also when I went there, because of the passion, I realized they had no crèche. And I realized the children needed foundation because that school actually ended in grade 6 and it started from like grade 3. And I can tell you, people in grade 6 could not even recite 2-letter words. So I realized they had no good foundation. So that was when I set up help set up the crèche there to now give foundation so that they can build upon. Yeah. So that. Mm-hmm.
No, I was gonna say, so obviously family and friends were probably saying you have a degree, you're an engineer, you're doing your service time, but now you're staying there, you're spending more time there. What was the reaction to the people in your life when you made that decision of staying a little bit more longer to help this community?
It was hard. My mom, who is late now, she was always happy with me. My family were not happy with me. It was hard, but I just didn't know. I just felt the need to do it. That's the thing. Yeah.
And do they understand the need now? Do they see, because as they're seeing all the things that you're producing, do they understand why you went that route?
Well, now it kind of makes sense, but I didn't have in mind that I would do that because of that place. All I thought I was going to do was just, help out and maybe later come and do something else. Of course, I knew I would probably start a company because I was working on projects while in school. I did a little device that uses solar energy and water, recycled water, to extend the shelf life of tomatoes from 3 days to more than 2 weeks. I registered that as a company as well with my friends, and it's still in the R&D stages. So it's another. So I was dexterous in these things already, but I didn't know I would be moved that much to bring out machinery into the market. Yeah, but that encounter there really shaped me and gave me the agency to do this.
So now you spent some time with, you've gotten the feedback from your family, positive and negative. You spent time with a community. You can see what their needs are and where there are clear holes in making sure that people are growing. But now you can actually bring your engineering skills to it all. So it's a full circle of emotions and intelligence and innovation. How did this was the machine? I mean, what was that moment that you realized this is what I need to create?
Basically, it was the market need, the needs, the most pressing one, because like the threshing, there are other farming activities that are still done manually, but the ones that was pressing and they will really drag out the children was threshing, because during that time, if they don't thresh fast, bushfires come in and they can sometimes lose more than 50% of their harvest because fires just come in, and they do it very slowly. So it also exposes their harvest to pest, rodent attack, birds attack. So during that time, they just didn't care whatever time it was academically, they took their children out. So I saw it very present. The women also and the children, they didn't like doing the job. They would beat it with sticks, their palms are hurting, a lot of things, but they had to do it. If not, if the harvest go away, there is nothing they can sell to make something or even keep to feed their families. So that was the moment I realized that let's go in with threshing first and work on a thresher generally.
So can you explain, because you're saying this word is threshing?
Yeah. Yes.
What is that? Just so that way, because it's a word that I'm not familiar with. So what does that word mean, and so that way everyone could understand what it is.
Okay. So in places like the United States, you have combined harvesters. So when your harvest is ready, you just drive through, it harvests the grain, then it separates the grains from the plant material. I'm talking about the combined harvester now. It separates the grains from the plant material, throws away the chaff, and gives you the clean grains.
Yes.
So what threshing is the process of separating the grains from the plant material, and that's basically the process. So our multi-crop thresher now is able to separate the grains of all the major cereals and legumes grown in Africa, and it throws away the chaff, just like you see in the combine, but on a smaller scale. That's on a combine, but unlike the combine, it doesn't have it. The farmers now harvest themselves, and harvesting is not the part where usually they get the children. It's usually the threshing bit that is really treacherous to do, especially for crops like soya bean and other legumes and even maize. So that is what threshing is, and that is what our thresher does.
So I have to say that I didn't know this, so I'm very happy because I just learned that. I learned something new, which is great. And I know you and I know your machine, but I didn't understand that. So I'm very happy that I just got some beautiful knowledge. What would you say to someone that is looking to start their own business? I mean, again, you are an engineer and you could have gone anywhere in Africa. I mean, you are, a true mind in on the continent of Africa and you could have gotten any job anywhere, what would you say to someone that is looking to start a company right now, and whether they are a big engineer or not, what would you say to that what's the pros and the cons of starting your own business or creating your own product?
Yes, it's dynamic, but of course there are answers. The key thing in my view is to basically make what is needed or what people want or a service people need. You have to provide value. You must save people time. You must. It varies. It varies. In our case, we save time. We improve the quality of crops. We save energy. If I mean human energy. We even save lives actually with our machinery. So it's hinged to this that when we provide our solution, people are willing to um, pay something in exchange for the value. So I think you can provide value, go ahead for it. The cons, there are lots, there are a lot of discouragement, and there are so many other things. But you must be resilient in what you do, and you must be ready. You must be ready for. I mean, you must see the future and go for it. The future you see and you are convicted about, nobody can change your mind, and you're gonna build it.
I do. Look, I do believe that 120%. If you believe it, despite what people are saying, you can definitely achieve it without a doubt. We were together in January. Could you imagine? 2020. We were together in January in Morocco. Amazing time. You were here in Boston in March, like March, the end of March, beginning of April, and then the world changes dramatically. I mean, little by little, ripple by ripple, continent by continent, country by country. What did the pandemic do for you and your community and your industry? So what did it do for you and your family? What did it do for your community? And what did it do for your company?
Okay, so first and foremost, the pandemic has got me stuck in another country that was supposed to be out of here long ago, but I'm still in here, hoping to get to my country.
So when you say you're stuck, tell people where you are and tell people where you should be.
Okay. So right now my schedule, right now I'm in Zambia. I was supposed to have left for my country the very day my country closes borders, just like that. And then I would have moved to, I think, Boston in 2 days' time, etc. And then, yeah, on the schedule, I think around this time I would have been in Accra because I was supposed to make some presentations again this time, precisely. But I've been in one place and maybe getting some of these other things going via technologies like Zoom, meeting with people. Basically, that's how it's been for me. And but of course, communications have been tightened um, with these media outlets, both with my family and with my company as well. I mean, we manage our use. We use Trello, Slack to get program going. We conduct a lot of meetings over these sources, and we run. And my family, actually my grandmother now. She calls me every day, and I see her face every day. We chat, It's like, when are you coming? When are you coming?
Grandmas are the best.
Plus, my mom is no more, so she's like my mom and everything. Yeah, but the impact on COVID for my firm was that, well, it actually slowed down our production because we are in a phase of expanding and scaling. Of course, there is a great demand for our products, great demand, but we have to scale up our production to meet it and perfect our systems and structures to meet that. And we during the time, one of the places we rented shut down on us even though we wanted to work. So production then is we are seeing the effect because the harvest is up, and the machinery we targeted to deliver within this time is not there. But we are also moving forward to provide direct services to farmers so that they can be able to pay in grain. They don't even need cash to pay for these services. And so that's one of the things we are doing. We planned to do that before. We couldn't produce enough machinery to execute this in the capacity we wanted to, but we will still go ahead and do it with what we have. And of course, we had thought about this, but this kind of mitigates some of the challenges that our farmers will be going through. They wouldn't need cash to do it, and then they will be able to trace their grains, and for us to have clean grains to provide food for our economy themselves, and also sell some so that we can help in our bait and be self-sustainable in that bait. And hopefully in this we can also deliver machinery and even thresher services to other countries, probably within Africa, basically in the bid of helping them be self-reliant in at least basic food production in all their cereals and legumes, maize, soybean, sorghum, millet. So it's the basics for everything across Africa.
How's your team doing? I mean, how big is your team, and how are they doing with all of this? I mean, one of their leaders is not in the country. Everything is electronic. I mean, mind you, even if you were in the country, everything is it's on Zoom or things. But how are they doing overall in making sure that they can still produce and yet stay positive? And what are you doing as a leader to reassure them that their jobs are safe and they're doing well?
So thank you for the question. The thing is, SAYeTECH is blessed with very committed people to the vision of the company and the outlook of the company. I mean, and on the missions of what we do. Most of our staff are see the problem we're solving, and the end goal to really help alleviate most of the drudgeries for school children and all those stuff. So during these times, I must commend everybody in SAYeTECH have been putting up have been very active, even during which had required few monitoring because everybody was producing results, unless in cases that they were restricted beyond their control. Yes, and so there is a general motivation that springs up within the team that doesn't even have to let me motivate anyone. Mostly, sometimes the team rather sends inspiration up here, but also constantly what I keep doing is keep reminding them of the vision, keep reminding them of the ambition, and why we do what we do. And so far, it's been good.
How are you taking care of yourself? Because you're away from your entire community. You're away from the people that make you smile, that keep you going, your family. How are you doing? And when do you think you'll be able to go home? I know I asked that question. I'm like,
I hope to be able to go home in the next 1 minute.
I love that you're laughing about this.
But hopefully the government is putting things in place to evacuate Ghanaians, which they can get to me and the country I'm in maybe in a week or two, very quickly. But also I must say the people of Zambia are great people. The hotel I'm in, they sometimes come and knock on my door to just check up on me. Can you imagine? And
That's so
they
nice.
there have been several times they've got like, we think you're working inside too much. I don't know how they figured out I'm working. Okay, just my window is open. just step out a bit, come please, you know. So yes, the place I am, yes, they are very hospitable and keeping smile, keeping smiles on my face. So
So now see, Zambia is going to be your it's going to be an extension of your home because you've spent so much time with these people. I go and you're eating with them and things like that. So and they're checking on you. So that's good. That's so good.
can you imagine? They allow me to go to the kitchen to cook my own food. I'm already like a resident.
That's so cool. That was like so awesome. Oh my God. Okay. So in a perfect world, everything opens and like literally everything opens and we go to a new normal. What does your first day look like?
My first day is well, it will change. It will be a lot of meetings with people. Yes, visiting our facility, keeping in touch with the people we work with. We actually work with a line of other fabricators we outsource parts to and other things that apart from the work we do, we still share, you know, social. I mean, we like to see ourselves socially. So, you know, passing just a bit of passing through and saying hello to you guys is gonna be a great joy, not just for myself, but for the lines of people we work with, because it's been a long time since they saw me. That is one. Yeah. But then generally, is to try and see as much people as possible and get our jobs going on, you know, and to let us know that yeah, we are back. Let's continue and answer the questions they have for me. And you know, generally there are more questions. Some of our guys would like to ask me questions when they see me in person. So I know sometimes you plan to have like a 5 minutes meeting and end up to 30 minutes and like, come on. You say like, no, you know, when you are here, it's different.
Well, Jeffrey on this is not like Jeffrey next to me, so I understand too because like you're very much of a talker, which I love, and I'm a talker. So together we could talk for days. But yes, it is the difference. So when they have you, they're going to really interact with you. Going back to the question of what do you think this pandemic has taught the food industry and a lot of the farmers to prepare for let's just say this happens again, or even just have a mindset. What do you think this moment of time has taught them in regards of the food industry and how they can better do their jobs?
Yes. I can really talk in respect to Africa, the African context mostly. Even though I've been in the States, but I can't speak to the situations in the United States. But
I just want to know what's happening like for you on the continent of Africa.
Sure. So in Africa, on a governmental level, there is the awareness to be food sustainable, and so investment is being made in machinery, storage, and in-house to first boost our food production. Because in my country alone, Ghana, which is quite small in size, imports $600 million worth of cereals and grains every year, and increasing. So the realization I've come to make, especially if not for anything, make as much food as we can locally and have some storage facility for them, which now goes back to scientists to also develop, say, varieties that are meant for our condition and use, just like we are doing with machinery, to now also boost our food production. And farmers are now also looking for alternatives to also not they rely so much on the rain and other things, but most of them can't do much because of the general life scope of farmers. But there are a crop of farmers coming up that are young and do not want to go by the old means. And so actually these are the people we also target and we work with, so that we help change the system to build reliable and resilient agricultural system, basically. So that's the focus of everyone now, to make sure we are building what we need in-house, not solely in-house, but to be reliant and resilient, especially for what we need.
I think that's like a wonderful thing where more and more people are taking time to come up with new innovative things, because again, we have all this time, and if you're not using this time wisely to come up with brand new ideas and initiatives, then I believe that you didn't take the time, you didn't use the time wisely. Sitting in front of the TV set or just complaining isn't okay when there's so many different opportunities for growth, which is important. My last question to you: if you were to have if you were to ask anyone that's watching you right now, a personal ask and a professional ask, what would be your professional? I'm going to giggle. What would be your personal ask and your professional ask to anyone that is watching you right now?
Which one do I start with?
Anyone you want.
Okay, maybe personal. Personal is still to still build great relationships and more meaningful relationships. Brother, that's personal. to learn to build that more and to grow in that. And professional, of course, it would really be towards the business, on help on good strategic plans on scaling, so we can have more impact and be successful in what we do. I mean, for us, success is translated by our impact. So we started what we do because of the problem, and we want to see the problem solved. So however we get there, we need the help to get there.
Just a quick little thing off of what you just said. Your machine could be used not only in Africa, it can be used anywhere, correct? For any farmer?
Exactly.
Is it focused only on small farms or any size farm?
Well, it's usually small to medium. Okay. Small to medium. So if you have an organic farm, which is usually small, say in the US or suburban Europe, you would be interested in the machinery. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things where I was impressed with you the most. And when I was seeing that you're focusing on small and medium, I mean, I focus on small and medium businesses because small, medium businesses, small, medium farms, they're working so fast and they're not focusing on their growth because they're just like hand over fist, making sure that they're still running, making sure that they still have the business, making sure that they're paying their bills and taking care of their small clients. And so to know that you're creating a product specifically for this group, I think it is just like so wonderful because they probably will say, no one ever thinks about us, and you went out of your way to create something just for them. So I thank you every day for being here and for taking all your amazing skills and being able to take care of a community that sometimes is forgotten.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I take a great inspiration from you as well. I mean, for all the presentations you made, it still always ran through my head, and it's so touching. Thanks for touching lives.
And also, you know what, that and also we laugh. We love to laugh together. So I'm in America, and you are in Zambia, and I just love that we could sit there and laugh. And although at the beginning, so for anyone that was watching, we had technical things going on left and right, and we made this happen after a couple of weeks where it just was not working, but we made it work. So
we made it work. I can't clap, you know, right?
I know. If he claps, the computer drops. But if I talk and catch up, you're so silly.
too bad. Anyway.
You're so funny. I adore you, my friend. I adore you, adore you, adore you. And I will check back with you at the end of at the end of the year. I'm going to check back with everybody to see how everyone's doing. But I really am so happy that you're safe. I'm happy that you're smiling. You will see your family soon. And I'm happy that the company is doing extremely well and you have a great team. So thank you for being you.
Thank you very much, Jodi.
All right, my friend. I will talk to you soon. Take care.
Take care. My AI
Bye.
hand is waving at you, okay?
Wait. The funny thing is, I was like, if he waves at me, the computer's gonna fall. So, all right, we'll just nod. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.